Namaste everyone, this is Arcchit. Welcome back to Grihelok. In today's video, I will try and uncover a lot of myths that are revolving around Saturn. There is a fear in everybody's mind how Saturn operates in a birth chart and the things that it causes, like delays, the Sadesati of Saturn, medical problems, and many other such concerns that surround Saturn, and how to effectively see the condition of those in a birth chart and whether are they even true. So I'll address all the points one by one. Let us begin with first understanding what Saturn is. Saturn is your karma karak. Saturn represents the overall karmas that you perform in your life. It represents your career as well. Now, career and your profession is one of the karmas that you are here to do and not the only karma. A lot of people confuse Saturn with only the planet related to career. That is not true. It holds account of all the karmas that you do in your life, what you came here on this plane to do. Saturn also represents your elder brother. Saturn governs over the sufferings that you go through in your life. Saturn, in certain cases, causes delay in things. Its conjunction with various planets decipher the end result, whether the delay would be a huge delay or a longer delay, or it would be a short delay. So let us straight away go down to addressing the myths that are associated around Saturn and how to see and decipher it correctly in your birth chart. The first myth that I hear is Saturn is the karka for delay. Saturn delays things and Saturn even denies things. Well, I would say that is 50% true, 50% not true. That completely depends on the condition and the position of your Saturn. You cannot rise in life till the time you have a good Saturn. So Saturn teaches you patience. Saturn teaches you persistence. Saturn makes you the master of your craft. And that is the reason why it is the slowest moving planet. It is slowest moving for a reason, to be given the domain of karma and your actions. Anything that you perform in your life has to be with a certain depth. उसमें वजन होना चाहिए. Only then it sustains. And that is what Saturn ensures. Yes, many times it might appear as if it is delaying things, but in most of the times it is actually grounding things. It is actually making sure they are deeply rooted, not flimsy enough to be uprooted by a single storm. Also here, very important thing to remember is you need to see in which house, in which Rashi Saturn is sitting, then what is the yatra of Saturn and what is the yuti of Saturn. So everything becomes very important to judge in totality. Now coming to the second myth. People associate Saturn with suffering. Well, I would not call this entirely a myth, and suffering is actually the wrong word. It is just giving you back what you sowed in your previous lifetimes, in your previous birth, in your previous years. Saturn only gives the result of what actions you did in the past. If good, you will get good results. If bad, you will get bad results. Saturn is one planet that doesn't give unnecessary results or undue results. Saturn is the planet that is responsible for justice in your life. The difference lies in how you see Saturn, how you understand Saturn. In my books, in my definition, there is no planet which is good, there is no planet which is bad. People consider Jupiter to be very good. That is the planet that gives you maximum diseases, chronic illnesses. Same goes for Venus. So it completely depends how your planet is sitting, what is its yatra, and what are the conjunctions you have in this lifetime with those planets. Coming to the third myth, a lot of people fear the Sadesati of Saturn. Now, Sadesati is a phase that occurs whenever Saturn transits over your natal moon. One house before, one house after, and over the natal moon. That makes a total of 3 houses. A total period of 2.5 years in each house. That is what makes 7.5 years. Hence the name Sadesati. Now, Sadesati is not always bad. I have repeatedly told this in a lot of my previous videos as well. A lot of people get made during their Sadesati. A lot of people start their career in Sadesati. People reach to the pinnacle of name, fame and prosperity during a phase in their Sadesati. The best way to judge whether your Sadesati will give you good results or not is very simple. You need to look at 2 planets. One is Saturn itself and the other is Mercury. If these 2 planets are good, your Sadesati will give you good results. It will not give you bad results. The second most important thing that you need to check in your birth chart is look at the Ashtak Varga Bindus. If the Sarvashtak Varga of that particular house and the individual Ashtak Varga of Saturn, the points that Saturn has given in the house in which the transiting Saturn is there, if they are more than 3 in the case of Saturn and the total Sarvashtak Varga is more than 28, your Sadesati will not be bad. It will not give you bad results. So it is very subjective. A general thumb rule cannot be applicable to all. Now coming to the 4th myth about the health problems that the Saturn gives in your birth chart. Does it always give problems, especially related to health? No. There are very specific conditions, very specific conjunction of Saturn that gives you health problems. Saturn's conjunction with Mars is one of such placements, which is known for giving health troubles. Otherwise, Saturn as a planet, as a standalone planet, does not give health troubles. It is only when it gets conjunct with Mars or it is experiencing a difficult transit, only then you experience certain health problems. How to judge whether Saturn is giving good results or bad results? If you start experiencing knee pains, if you start experiencing pain in your legs, that is an indication that your Saturn is giving bad results. If you keep your shoes unpolished, if you wear dirty shoes, that is a sign of a bad Saturn. If you procrastinate, if you keep delaying things, that is an indication of a bad Saturn. So these are very simple things that you need to see whether they apply to you, and if they apply, you need to make sure you correct them so that you can improve over your Saturn. Remedies are always which are personal, which ends up improving you as an individual. Remedies are not done for non-living significations. Remedies are always done for the living significations. And that is when they end up giving you the maximum result and the maximum reward. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any other doubt about Saturn or there are any other myths that are there in your mind regarding Saturn, you can always leave them in the comments down below and I'll be more than happy to clarify them. Thank you so much for watching. Over to the next one. Bye-bye.